Hello everyone, welcome back to Marco Collectible Gamer 77 channel, and today we're reviewing the Star Wars Sideshow Collectibles The Child. Here you see a simple but well done slipcover box showing Star Wars and the Child, and then now once you remove that slipcover you will definitely see the wonderful artwork that adorns this package. My box was pretty much mostly intact. There is a couple dents and dings here from the shipping with UPS. Otherwise, it did arrive fairly intact. Beautiful artwork on the outside. And then as we slowly pan around the box, again, beautiful artwork. Would love to have any one of these as a poster. Easily would be nicely framed and would adorn and fit any Star Wars motif, especially a fan's room. And with the Mandalorian The Child, as we open it up, it is sealed. Of course, you get a nice little congratulations, you've acquired the asset. Here is the simple ship deck base, flipped over with the artwork. Again, that would be an awesome art print as well. And this weighs maybe about a pound, maybe a pound and a half. It's pretty light. Fortunately, the figure itself is pretty light as well, so it doesn't have to be too heavy. It's well done, pretty simple, straightforward, direct and to the point. And the figure itself stands about 16.5 inches tall, about 13 inches wide, and goodness, about 9 inches deep. Um, it is a fairly decent height, weighs anywhere between 8 to 9 pounds. It is a mixed media piece. Of course, you've got his cloth outfit, which drapes fairly well over him. Also plastic and resin, and of course some artificial hair. I'm not sure if it's, you know, completely artificial or if they're using some type of horsehair. The figure itself is very well painted. I was originally worried that the cheeks and ears would be too red, but actually in natural lighting, they're not too bad. I think there's just something about the way it's captured on camera, depending on the lighting, it can come out as too red. Personally, for me, mine and then my wife as well didn't feel like they were too red. They felt just about right. The eyes themselves are made out of plastic, but they do look like they're made out of glass. They are very well reflected. There's a nice little kind of iris little feature to it. There is, of course, the hand with the magnetic holding the shifter knob of the Razor Crest. Both hands and feet are actually painted. The actual main body itself is not. And see, there's a shot of the feet there, which you don't really get to see even in the show. He's usually swaddled over by his outfit. I went ahead and decided to get the Sideshow version over the Hot Toys just because I was not a fan of the seam for the removable ears that the Hot Toys version had. That said, this isn't as posable since this is more of a statue versus the Hot Toys action figure, or I should say movable figure collecting. But I am very happy. It did take a few months. I did pre-order this, goodness, back in February of this year. So, actually a fairly quick turnaround time, about 9 months to get to us. I was a little disappointed that didn't arrive a little bit sooner. There were some folks that did order him who actually ordered him in late October, but yet received him first. But that's kind of another topic. I think Sideshow just ships them when they receive them, and I just wish they would ship when you actually order. Um, but beyond that, I'm actually pretty happy with the end result. A lot of the times, Sideshow with their production pieces can be a bit hit or miss, especially based off the prototypes, but I think this one actually turned out very well. The head itself is a plastic, and I think that's why they were able to actually kind of root the hair into place. Otherwise, if it was made out of resin, I think it would have been pretty difficult. The skin texture, the shading is very well done. Taking a look at the back of the figure here, it's pretty nondescript, a simple kind of sack-like outfit. Um, it does cover, of course, his hands a bit too much, so you do have to roll up the sleeves if you want to go ahead and show off his hands or feet. Other than that, with a little futzing, of course, you can do it. I may not futz mine too much. I'm most likely going to put him behind the detail, besides possibly some family picture time. And my wife's already talking about having him kind of pose and during Thanksgiving dinner just to be part of the quote unquote family. So that's really cute. The collar itself is wired, so you can actually, there is some posability to it as well. Here is a shot of the body. It is not painted, it's basically just smooth plastic, which makes sense. I mean, you never really see his body in the show, so I'm pretty sure it's something they probably didn't even think about, since it's either filled with robotics or animatronic pieces in order to make him move. The basis, again, is pretty simple, does not take away from the figure. He's a good size, again, at 16.5 inches tall. I honestly thought he'd be a little bigger, um, based on what you see in the show and when you see him in person, but he is adorable, and so far, everybody that has seen him is pretty amazed. Personally, I wish you could move the hands a little bit, but I do understand this is a statue. I'll try futzing the clothes a little bit just so I can show the fingers and feet. Alright, in summary, I think this is a wonderful figure. I think the price is a little too high, especially if they're charging now $375 and there's no limited run on this. I'm sure it's a cash cow, like of course the child is, since it's captured many of our hearts. It is a little kind of disappointed that the whole body isn't better made of better quality besides just plastic for the main body. But I understand they did have to, of course, their Sideshow is a business and they do have to pay for a license, pay for materials, and of course make money. That said, I am still very happy with how this figure turned out. It can look different in different lighting conditions. I think natural light works very well. Warm lights, as far as like artificial indoor, if they're not the daylight lights, they do make the cheeks look a little too red. But otherwise, natural lighting, daylight, indoor lighting makes this figure look very, very nice. I'm happy with this figure. I paid $350 since I pre-ordered day one. So I definitely do recommend this if you are a huge fan of the child. The only thing I wish was that it was animatronic and he could move. So thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe.